let's take a look at an example. We're given the equation x plus y cubed is equal to 9, and we want to answer each of the following. So the first thing is to express the relationship as a function. Y is equal to f of x. Okay, so before I get started, I just want to explain what f of x means. In that it's just naming the function. It's called function notation. And so you put the independent variable, whatever it is, inside the parentheses, and then it's just saying that f is a function of x. Okay, so we could have a quadratic function and call it f of x, and a linear function and call it g of x. And instead of just saying y is equal to, I know exactly which function you're talking about, so you would find the y value on a particular function at a particular x value, like x equals 2. So what this really tells me to do is to solve for y. Okay, so we'll start with just rewriting the given equation. X plus y cubed is equal to 9. To isolate y, we're first going to subtract x from each side. Okay, we get y cubed is equal to 9 minus x. And then we'll take the cube root of each side. And we find that y is equal to the cube root of 9 minus x. Next, we have to decide whether this is truly a function. So for every x, is there just one y associated with it? So let's do a test. So let's say x is equal to 1. Well, if x is equal to 1, then y is equal to the cube root of 9 minus 1, which is the cube root of 8, or just 2. So an x value of 1 is paired with only one y value, which is 2, or the ordered pair 1, 2 is on the graph of this relation. And we can continue in this manner, and we always notice that this relationship holds, that for every value of the independent variable, there's only one value of the dependent variable, and therefore this is a function. And lastly, since it is a function, we're going to exchange y for f of x. So f of x is equal to the cube root of 9 minus x. In part B, we want to find f of 1. Okay, so f of 1, what this is telling me to do is to substitute 1 for x. So 1 is an x value. And our goal is to figure out what y is. So that's the cube root of 9 minus 1, which is the cube root of 8, or just 2. Okay, so f of 1 is equal to 2. And lastly, we want to find x when f of x is equal to 1. Okay, so this time we're going to replace f of x with 1 and solve for x. So essentially we're just given y. So 1 is equal to the cube root of 9 minus x, and now we have an equation involving a cube root. And to solve, we cube both sides. And so we're left with 1 is equal to 9 minus x, and then isolate x. So we'll subtract 9 from each side. Okay, simplify. 1 minus 9 is negative 8 is equal to negative x, and then divide both sides by negative 1. So we're left with x is equal to positive 8.